and welcome to CMO Weekly, the show where we sit down with the world's top marketing executives and leaders to uncover their bold moves, tough lessons, and breakthrough ideas that have shaped their journey. Every episode, we go beyond the headlines to explore what it really takes to build brands, lead teams, and stay ahead in a fast-changing industry. I'm Haley Clover, and this is CMO Weekly. This episode is brought to you by Open Fortune, the only marketing company putting your brand inside of actual fortune cookies. Yeah, those cookies that you crack open after dinner, they're now prime real estate for your brand message. Open Fortune distributes millions of branded fortunes every month through thousands of restaurants nationwide, giving brands a moment of surprise and attention that no banner ad can match. Do you want to reach people when they're smiling, fully engaged, and ready to share something fun? Head to openfortune.com to learn more. Okay, I am really excited. Sitting with me today is Aimee Egan, the first ever Chief Enterprise Officer at Shutterstock, where she leads global growth and transformation for the company's enterprise division. With over 25 years of experience in B2B leadership across data, software, and information services, Aimee is known for driving innovation, building high-performing teams, and delivering results through authentic, transparent leadership. Aimee, I'm super excited to chat. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, and we're obviously live and sitting at Adweek. It's the last day of the conference, so you've done a lot already, so I appreciate your time and sitting down with me. Whenever I start these podcasts, I really love for our audience to know a bit about the person that we're speaking with. So tell me a little bit about your career journey and just how you got started and how you ended up to be, where you are today.
Sure. So, like many people, I didn't start my journey knowing exactly where the destination was. I think I sometimes envy those folks who sort of know from very early on what they want to do, and that's really exciting. For me, that wasn't how I felt. I had passion areas, so I ended up going through my education and going to law school. So I thought I might want to be an attorney. It turned out that wasn't. It was a great education. I really enjoyed it, learned a lot. One of the things that I have always been is really curious. So it's a great, I learned so much and really built connections, but turns out practicing law wasn't really for me.
Sure.
So it was a foray though into a career at Thomson, then Thomson became Thomson Reuters, and I ended up through 2 stints there, spending about 20 years there. So it was quite a journey. Felt like I worked at 5-6 companies, just both because companies change over that long. Thomson Reuters came together, and I really moved around different divisions, different parts of the company.
Right.
And again, back to that kind of always curious about new things, like new ways of getting things done, new industries, that kind of thing. So first 8 to 10 years, I was in legal information, legal services, legal software, and then I branched out into other parts of professional services. Mm-hmm. And so entirety of my career has been in professional industries, really fueling the work that professionals do, from lawyers to accountants to tax professionals to engineers, and now to creative professionals, brand leaders, executives, with really, if you think about it, creative assets are information.
Sure.
So it really has been a career kind of defined by curiosity, customer first thinking, and kind of really like a passion to really understand the needs of customers and kind of staying as close to the customer as I could, and then kind of that data information space, and that's really been the themes that I've carried through.
Sure, and the through line that has connected your career in general.
It is, yeah.
So what was it about Shutterstock specifically that really made you want to dive into this role?
Such a great question. So I think it was, so for me, I looked at Shutterstock as one very similar in many ways to things I'd done before.
Okay.
If you think about just the brass tacks business side of it, right? Like packaging, putting, pricing, making new products for customers, because it's still really about feeling the great work that professionals do every day. However, the thing that was super exciting to me about it, that really made it the right next move for me, was marrying that with my passion for commercial, marketing, sales, close to the customer roles. So the combination of those two things in a general management role, I was sold from the beginning. It was such an exciting opportunity to join, and I knew it was an industry in massive transformation.
Yeah.
Really across media, corporate, but agencies, et cetera. It was the creative marketing advertising space is in such an incredible transformation journey, and that's really, that's another thing that I'm just like always kind of moving towards the bleeding edge of transformation. So I think all of that together was just, they have me at hello.
Yeah, no, I love that. Well, and what would you say, since you've joined, how has that transformation happened? What is that kind of growth, and how has that enterprise vision changed since you've been there?
Sure. I think, so I'm 2.5 years in the role. It feels like longer because so much has happened.
Yeah.
The vision coming in was really to formalize and put attention, resources, and focus around something that had been important to Shutterstock for a long time. So, kind of starting as a marketplace for stock content. A lot of acquisitions had taken place, and I kind of walked in at the tail end of, we had just done the Giphy acquisition, so it was when I started. So it was, the whole strategy at that time was really to shift the gaze to how we serve different customer audiences. And so my remit coming in was to build formalize a focus on medium, large enterprise customers and really understand their needs, build new products for them, that kind of thing. So that was the starting point. Well, that's pretty broad, right? It's like,
sure.
Great. So I started by getting out there, and that's continued. It's always been something that's been of critical importance to me. So getting out there and talking to people about what's going on, and what I found is I learned so much more about the challenges that we're facing our customers in marketing teams, in agencies, and really it was a combination of two things were going on for customers. One was it's like the early days of marketing starting to see the real impacts of how AI was going to transform their day-to-day. And second of all, the consolidation in the industry, lots of teams coming together, a lot of do more with less, all the things that we all know, and really a focus on an unknown next. And so what has really shifted is that underlying foundation hasn't changed. Like the underlying foundation of what I'm here to do and what we're trying to do as Shutterstock is to be on that journey with our customers and to be, kind of listening to what their biggest challenges are. What has changed is that the products and solutions and the capabilities that we offer have evolved because of the things that are driving change in the industry.
Right.
So one example is, when I came in, it's like we were dabbling in making data and assets available for training machine learning AI models.
Yeah.
But we had just, I think, maybe done one partnership.
Okay.
And now it is a core part of my business. And so, as I went from the early days of it sort of being early partnerships to it being
Sorry.
And to it being a third of the business, that has been transformative. It's a whole new set of customers, paint needs, challenges, and then to watch like our studio's production. That's a capability we have where we have a large in-house team that goes out and does production on behalf of our customers. Watching that team transform and move with the latest technology around, virtual production, embedding AI in everything they do, and then marrying that with like community connection and powerful storytelling. Those things have really evolved since. It's a long answer, but there's
it's great.
I could go on and on. I'll stop there, but that's really kind of the evolution of what I've seen change in the industry, and then how Shutterstock has sort of kept up with that.
And adapted. Yeah. No, I think that's great, and not a long answer at all. AI in general is a long conversation.
Right? Yeah.
I would love to know though, because I know you are so ingrained in the AI experience and using, AI. Where you think and where you feel that's going now over the next year? Just because I'm sure you've also heard from maybe customers that it's a bit of a worry that maybe they're not having as much of a human experience or something like that. But also if you've used it and know it, you do realize the efficiencies that can allow those humans then to really be the creatives and the human first approach on top of that. So I just love to know where that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think about this all the time. I talk to customers about it all the time. We talk as an internal team about it. So take a step back and, like when I break down the process that most of our customers are going through, like the creative process every day, you've got everything, like kind of simplify it into 3 categories, like early ideation, brainstorming, that kind of, those activities around that. Like, hey, we have to get something done, we need to make an impact, let's brainstorm how to do that. You've got this sort of stage of like alignment, like choosing between 3 ideas, or aligning, whether it's agencies and brand teams, whether it's an in-house team and a business team. It doesn't really matter. There's always that stage where people are like, let's make a decision, right?
Sure.
And then commercializing it. So what I've seen is a move that has brought AI is very much in the day-to-day workflow in the first 2 stages already. And then where there is still uncertainty, and I think what excites me about it is that we get to co-create it.
Right.
Not just Shutterstock, like all of us as part of the community get to co-create that commercial side, and really all of it. But if you think about it, like the commercial side is defined not just by what like your legal team might feel, what different risk thresholds might be, but also like your audience, like what are you trying to do? Because there's been many examples where a company will make a bold choice and use AI for something and then have blowback from that, right? Sure. In the commercial realm. So I think really it is, right now we're in a stage of, just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Sure.
And that doesn't mean, I'm a big believer in AI playing a big role in the future of creative advertising, marketing. But you said it, like with that marriage, human first. And I think, frankly, consumers are going to demand it. Like, we think we're entirely in the driver's seat. The thing is the customers will know the adoption and acceptance. So I think although the legal landscape is complex globally around it, that will continue to evolve, and those things will become clearer. I think where I've got my popcorn out, and also where I'm rolling up my sleeves and digging in and working alongside our customers is in how to strike that right balance in the commercialization side of it, because the balance is getting struck really well in the first 2 stages, and different companies are doing different things. So that's where we are. We're part of the conversation. We're driving technology. We're partnering with the biggest tech hyperscalers in the world to both fuel their innovation and to bring their capabilities into our solution. So it is an incredibly exciting time, and what I don't like to do is take a fatal, like I really think that we're in our best place to drive what's next when we're in a place of empowerment and co-creation. And so I try to really encourage audiences I'm communicating with that that's going to be the place where we're going to have the most say in what and where it goes. Yeah, no, I love that. And I'm sure also internally with your team too, encouraging the learning of just AI in general and how they can be using it better. And I think as somebody that's built high performing teams in kind of complex industries, is there a leadership lesson, I guess, that you maybe wish that you would have learned earlier, or that you did learn and you're so glad that you learned it? Sure. I think there's probably way more. I mean, I think one of the things I try to do is really reflect a lot on where I can grow and improve and be better. I think it's like a constant journey throughout life, both personally and professionally, to always be thinking that. But yes, most definitely there are. I think there are definitely things that are the 2 I'd point out are probably lifetime journeys, but one actually is in that space of constant growth. I think I have come to learn and believe that as leaders and as professionals, we can only transform our businesses and the systems that we operate in as far as we're willing to transform within ourselves. And so doing that work to increase the capacity for inner growth and transformation makes, I think, it sometimes it doesn't, people don't connect the dots immediately and go, why would those 2 things be related? And in my experience, that is one of the number 1 indicators of the ability to really move businesses and systems forward is how much work you're doing to really self-reflect and do the work to transform within yourself. So that's one. And then I'd say the other one is probably not unrelated, it's like, kind of the put your own oxygen mask on first.
It's so true.
I
completely agree.
Early career, I think I really missed the boat on that.
Okay.
But I've luckily...
Well, when you're early in your career, you don't know any different.
Yeah.
You're just like in the hustle, and
Totally.
it is what it is. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. That's cool. Well, I think because you've been such an impressive leader, over your career at Brand Week, this week and today, you are presenting an award that Shutterstock actually created, correct?
Yes.
Will you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure, yes. So just after this, in about an hour, I'll be presenting the Brand Genius Impact Award, which, so Brand Genius Awards are a big part of Brand Week every year, and so we partnered with Adweek to create the Brand Genius Impact Award, and really that's about some of the themes that we've been talking about for Shutterstock. Impact it's not just the result of creative work, it's the whole point of why we do the work that we do, and why as marketers and businesses we do. So really excited to present the award to, well, I'm not even sure I'm supposed to say, but I think it's out there. I think it's public, so I'll say I'm going to be presenting the award to Kat Cole from AG1, and she's also happens to be someone that I admire and have admired for years as a leader that does incredible work. So really looking forward to that, and just overall Shutterstock's been incredibly proud and impressed to be a part of Brand Week, and so we had a big party last night. My Club John was here, and it was a great time. Everybody was dancing, so it's been a fun ride. That's
amazing. You'll find this funny. One of my teammates' first job out of college had absolutely zero idea who Wyclef Jean was, and I was like, oh man, I feel old.
Hopefully they went to the party and figured it out.
Right, I'm like, we need to introduce you to this music.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I think that Impact Award is so important, like you said, because yes, while maybe on the day-to-day there are ads and commercials and things that we're ingesting that we think, oh, that was so fun, or oh my gosh, that made me laugh, you don't necessarily sit and reflect on, wow, that really made me actually change my health, like AG1, or take a step towards being a healthier person, or all of these things that, marketing really does. So how smart of you all to present that and create that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I think we're doing all kinds of things around bringing our commitment to impact to life. And one of the things we were brainstorming as a team last night around doing more. We already do this, but like being more consistent and tracking even. How are we contributing to the impact and results of? So really asking our customers, not just did you like the work we helped you create, but did it make the impact you intended it to?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that you'll see a lot more of from us going forward.
I love that. Well, we have a couple of minutes left. Usually what I like to do is what's called the fast questions round.
Sure.
A lot of this is about you personally, to get to know you a little bit more.
Sounds good.
And so whatever comes to your mind, feel free to throw it out there. What is your favorite city in the world?
It's a tie. Seoul, Korea, and Amsterdam, Netherlands.
So cool. I haven't been to actually either.
They're great.
It's on my list.
Yeah, they're both deserving of the list.
Love that. Somebody dead or alive that you'd love to sit down to dinner with?
Jimmy Carter.
Good answer. Love that. In 30 years, what do you think people will be nostalgic for?
It's possible that they'll be nostalgic for in real life connection, but I sure the heck hope not.
Right? I know, it's actually our number one answer, and every single time
I'm sure it's not novel, but I really hope that's not true.
No, we all feel it right now, though. We're feeling that maybe disconnection.
I hope they're nostalgic for like smartphones.
Right.
Because they don't exist.
Right, we've all gone back to flip phones and we're like disconnecting, Oh, that's a good one. Okay, what's the best advice that you've ever been given in your career?
I had a sponsor at kind of midpoint through my career that said, so I at that point in my career was really good at like solving problems for my team, sort of jumping in and figuring out how do we solve this. And that's a great skill to have, right? Like any skill, like without a healthy boundary, it can become a problem. So this advice was, be careful that you don't get so good at putting out fires that people start starting fires around you.
Interesting.
And that really stuck with me.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard it that way either, which is why I think it stuck with me. And what he meant by it was more, we unpacked it a little bit, and I think what he meant by it was more not really starting fires, but just that you're gonna create the environment of leaders that gravitate to work with you and for you. That, and I would say today, I took that to heart and changed that. So that's why I consider it some of the more valuable advice that I've ever gotten. Sometimes things get crazy.
Well,
I can jump in and put on a fire here and there, but you know, it's not my.
We don't want to be doing it all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I get it. I really like that. If your team had to describe your energy or your vibe via a cocktail, what cocktail do you think you'd be?
I'm gonna say a Gold Rush.
Which is what? I don't know if I know what a Gold Rush is.
It is a bee's knees with bourbon.
Oh, yum.
So
okay, very good.
Honey, lemon, and bourbon.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's good. Do you have any totally random skills or hobbies that have nothing to do with your job?
Oh wow. Well, I've been told that I could open a restaurant. I love to cook, and I do. It's my creative outlet.
Love that.
So I guess that would fall into probably doesn't have much to do with my job, but I do it a lot and I love to do it.
A specific type of food that you're cooking?
Actually, similar to professionally, like that like curiosity is always pushing me to try new things. So one of my favorite things is with my family, I'll say, you know what I really want is X. Like, can we have that? And I'm like, oh, I've never made that, but I'll figure it out.
Try. Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite things. Yeah.
Love that. Okay, last question. Is there a brand right now that you have been watching that you're just absolutely loving what they're doing in terms of how they're speaking to consumers and the marketing that they're throwing out to the world?
Well, I get the pleasure of seeing a lot of great work, and so I'll call out one, but it's a long, long list. I think L'Oreal's doing some really cool things across their brands right now, and I'm impressed by it. And we partner with L'Oreal, so just full disclosure, we do some of that work.
Sure,
so,
no, that's great.
But selfish plug there. But I think that they drive the story, what they're trying to accomplish, and so I really love kind of the edge of what they're trying to do in a number of the different brands under their umbrella. So.
No, it's a good answer. I agree. I've followed along with their marketing for a long time, and
so powerful.
It's always been good. Yeah. Well, Aimee, thank you so much for stopping by the podcast. It was really great to sit down and learn a little bit more about you and just what Shutterstock has going on, and I'm excited to continue to follow along. If people want to follow your career even a little bit more, where can they find you? On LinkedIn?
LinkedIn's the best place to find me. Yeah, absolutely. And it's Aimee, Aimee. So, and I would love that, and look forward to keeping in touch with you.
Amazing. Yeah, that sounds great. If you all liked the conversation and you don't want to miss any of the amazing executives that we have on, please hit subscribe, and we will see you next week.